Congratulations, going a goal down, losing two key players. How much did that result matter tonight?
No, so important, so important. We've had a tough period with not so good results, so it was so important, especially with the start. Two players going out early, we're 1-0 down, so I think we showed very good mentality. We kept on going, we got our chances, and in the end we win.
You're not in your natural position tonight. You were frustrated at times, but then eventually the goal came. Talk us through what that felt like. Was it more relief than anything else?
No, I just try to stay in the game. That's the most important thing, especially when you play a little bit out of position. So, but that's how it is, you know. I just try to give my best to the team. I came to the opportunities, didn't score, but I stayed in the game. I was always there, so I'm very proud of the team's performance, and in the end I got the goal for the 2-1.
Given the malaise that's been around the team over the past couple of months, just what potentially could this do to kick on for the rest of the season and where you guys want to be?
No, but that's how it is in sports in general, and especially in football. It's only one game that can turn it around, you know, and I think we really showed today that. Especially, you know, we had a difficult start. Two guys going out so early with the injuries. But as I said, I think we really stayed in the game, and I think we did a good performance as well. We came to a lot of chances. We could have scored more goals. So I think it was a strong team performance today.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Benjamin Nygren there. I mean, he really was outstanding, and Celtic deserve huge credit, don't they? You can see the stats on the screen there. 20 shots, you know, the goal XG 4.24, which is quite extraordinary. But to battle back from losing those two players very early on, and then to come from behind to get the victory, they deserve a lot of credit, Johan.
Yeah, and this is actually what pleases me the most, the character they showed. Because they could easily caved in after a bit of unrest around the club and poor results, and getting two key figures from the team getting injured early on, and then getting one goal down. But they never panicked. They kept believing in themselves, and they created so many chances. So in the end, I was nearly waiting for Benjamin Nygren to ask me for a heading lesson.
I'll let you tell him that one. Alan, they must have had a sinking feeling though with the two injuries, and then when the opener went in from Horvath, I mean, it was a fantastic strike, but obviously it really did silence Celtic Park at that moment.
Yeah, of course, and you understand why. I mean, it can really disrupt the flow when you lose two key players early on, but it didn't. I thought Colby Donovan came on and done really well. But yeah, I mean, at home they've created so much, but I just think it's a little bit sloppy. They give the ball away, and then they're maybe a little bit slow to react in midfield, but take nothing away from Horvath. I mean, this strike is absolutely outstanding. Yeah. Kasper Schmeichel could do absolutely nothing in that situation. But look, they showed great character, I feel, Celtic. They kept at it, they kept plugging away, and they created so many opportunities. And ultimately they deserved to get back in this game and win it. But, I mean, that's a wonder strike.
Yeah, it certainly is. He also scored against Rangers a few weeks ago, so he's managed to score against both sides of the Glasgow divide. Well, it looked like the goal might not be coming for Celtic, and then, Johan, they managed to get two in 3 minutes. And this one is some really quick thinking, this, for the short corner. Leave it to the defenders.
Yeah, definitely. And, after seeing so many of the forward players, missing chances, then Liam Scales just popping up and telling all the guys, this is how you finish a goal.
Just be calm in the moment.
How you score a goal. No, but it's a great set piece, and very clever thinking. And, from that on, you know that, Celtic were in the, ascendancy.
I thought Engels as well. I mean, his delivery from set plays is fantastic. I mean, this is just begging for somebody to go in and attack it, and it's exactly what happened. Nygren, he just has to get a touch on it. Pace is already on the ball, and it's a brilliant finish, and they deserve to be up 2-1 by then.
Yeah, I think there's an element of relief, as we heard there from Benjamin Nygren, when he finally did manage to convert one of those chances. I mean, Celtic could have certainly added to the scoreline as well. They had so many opportunities. I mean, we mentioned there with the stats, 20 shots on goal, but, Kenny had to come on when Ian actually went off. Were you impressed by what you saw?
I like this kid. I do. I think he's got everything, in the bag, to really become a good striker. I know he's inexperienced, he's still making some wrong decisions, when it comes to his link-up play, but he's got it. His movements is great in the box, and I think he's one of them. If he's going to score one, he's going to come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah, you just need that little bit of confidence, I think, and he deserved a goal. He worked really, really hard. But I just feel when Celtic play the ball quickly, that's when they create opportunities. When they take too many touches round about the box, it slows everything down and it makes it much more difficult. But you see here, all these clips that we're watching, it's all at pace. They've jumped into the Ferrari this time and they're moving the ball really quickly. And that's why they're making opportunities. So you said it was 20 they'd created. It could have been a lot more.
Yeah, the scoreline certainly could have been a lot more. Let's have a look at the Europa League table then, because at the start of the day, Celtic were in those elimination places, but that result this evening has moved them up to 21st in the table. So they're a really positive night as far as Celtic are concerned. Still work to do though, as you can see from the positioning, and they've now got a couple of away games to come, but a really good night as far as results go for Celtic with those 4 points from the 3 games so far. It was really important, wasn't it, Johan, that they got that victory tonight? Yeah. Like I say, losing to Braga at home, we know how important the home games are in these European campaigns. Yeah, I mean, it's great confidence-wise, and it gives the supporters a lift as well. And they know now, I want to believe, and I do believe, they can compete with the best. They haven't shown it so far this season, but this is going to become a really good platform going, forward for the team. Even if they lost, 2 really important players, the players that came on, they showed, they want to be there, and compete about the place. And really happy for Arne Engels. We know he's got loads of quality. It's been a bit out of favour in this season, but it was great to see him back and playing really well. Still playing catch-up in the league though, Alan, and a huge game at the weekend against Hearts, who sit 5 points ahead of them at the moment. Yeah, it's massive. Really looking forward to it, to be fair. I mean, it's been built up and spoken about for a long period of time now. There is 5 points there. I think they're more than capable of clawing that back. It is a huge game come Sunday, and it's all about resting now. They've lost 2 real big players for them. You've seen the amount of effort that went into that game. There was players, Cameron Carter-Vickers at the end, cramping up. Yeah. So Hearts, Falkirk, Rangers in the League Cup semi-final as well. Sorry to interrupt you there. No, it's fine. And then the next league, Europa League match as well. Like you say, recovery key, and losing Iheanacho and Johnson are a real blow, Johan. Yeah, it is. It is, and especially now. I still think this game tonight is going to give them so much confidence when it comes to they created so many chances, which they've done this season. They have created chances, but they have to put them away. They have to start putting them away because in the end, if you keep missing chances, it's obviously going to go into the players' mentality and their heads, and you always run the risk that you're going to the other team is going to go on and score goals against you.
Actually, huge victory tonight. The 2 players that went off injured could have derailed things potentially, but your players showed great composure to come back and get the result you wanted. Yeah, it was a brilliant performance, I thought. I mentioned beforehand about from sort of setbacks, you need that motivation to go and show that leadership, and then obviously from pressure, which there was pressure coming into the game, you can make progress, and I thought the players did that. I thought we were outstanding in the game, and our attacking sense, the energy in the game was much more like what we would want. What was the change? I know the comments you'd made before this one, talking about the comparison of speed and everything else. And Liam Scales, I was talking to there, was saying actually for them they knew it themselves and they had to find it within themselves. Do you feel as if that was the thing that was missing? Well, maybe all the experts outside will be able to say that it was poor management and it would never work. For me, these players know how much I trust them. Was that intentional from you? Well, I think every now and then you have to be harsh to be clear. These are men. You're at a big club with a competition, and all the endeavours are critical. So sometimes you have to be harsh to be clear. I think it's different if the players don't know you're with them, and every waking moment you're not thinking about them because they know that's the case. But we just, for whatever reason, we haven't been to the level. But I'm glad to say that as disappointing as we were on Sunday,
tonight was the total opposite. We were so good in the game, and coming from behind, because it was an absolute brilliant goal. But we didn't get disappointed. Stayed focused and played. So, the football was so good.
Given the players that you lost, and how are they actually? Do we know any sort of update on Alistair or Kelechi, or even Cameron Vickers, because he came off at the end there as well, didn't he?
Yeah, well, our problem was second half we could only make one substitution. So obviously Cam was struggling towards the end, but we couldn't get him off because we'd already made the subs. Obviously you got only 3 moments to make the subs in the game. The first two doesn't look great, it looks like hamstring, but okay, that's what happens. But I thought the guys come in, I thought Colby, for a young guy coming in, I thought he grew in the game and got better and was more secure as the game went on, and he wants to go forward, which is what we wanted. And Johnny came in and ran his heart out and threatened him behind. He pressed the game and had a couple of wee moments in the box where he nearly got on the end of it. So yeah, the guys come in, stood up to it, and really well.
Appreciate your time tonight, Brendan. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
Brendan Rodgers there with Connie. And Johan, he's been round the block a few times as a manager, hasn't he? And his little dig there, it worked. It got the reaction that he was looking for.
I love it. Personally, I love it. I think, like Brendan says, the players, they know they are at the club where they have to win and they have to perform. That's just the nature of Celtic and the old firm. I think it's great though, because the players themselves, they know they haven't, played as well as they can. You have to, and he's also admitted that he needs, the manager himself, he needs to find the solutions to why they're not performing. So, it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. I mean, it's natural though. Nobody likes to be criticised, do they?
No, of course they don't. Everybody wants to be loved, but I think at certain moments it's okay to be that way, to try and get a reaction off the players, and everybody needs it. It doesn't matter how many trophies you've won or how many leagues you've won. I think you always need that little shot in the arm from time to time, and he knew he would get a reaction off the players, and that's exactly what he got. Mm-hmm.